Hello everybody. Hello. How you doing? If you rock with me, keep rocking on this video. So rock with me on this beat because I got something to tell y'all. Yo, juicy conversation I had tonight with a friend, and y'all let me know what's your personal feelings about this, especially women, because I don't understand why some men are so itching and so dead set on trying to call women bitches. Let's be honest about the conversation. Men get upset so fucking much when they don't get the opportunity to do what women do. Let me elaborate on that because I know you be like, what the fuck is she talking about? Okay, before y'all start getting hot under the collar and being butthurt, because I know a lot of men on here on YouTube is going to be butthurt about what I say and going to come into my comment section. Let me give you a warning. You try to come for me, I will destroy you. Okay, if I find out who you are and I look up on your channel, your page, whatever the case is, you better hope and pray I don't come for your whole life. So be respectful in my comments and let's talk like adults. Because if you really want to know how women feel about certain situations and certain names that they being called, whether it's based on because y'all best friends or y'all just people in general trying to have conversations, understand the fact it's never okay to call a woman a bitch. And then two, I don't know how you deal with your friendships and your relationships out there with women, but for all the men that has platonic friendships with women, let me know what's your thoughts on playfully calling women bitches. Why you think it's okay, and for the ones that don't think it's okay, let me know why you don't think it's okay, because according to this conversation I had tonight with this guy, he seems to think it's okay. And he think that there's no issue with his friends being called bitches because they doing it out of playful thing, whatever. They doing it out of, how you say it? He feels like he's saying it as a term of endearment. And he asked me to answer for myself and answer for other women. Then he goes back and tells me don't answer for other women, answer for yourself, which that's so fucking weird. And like, okay, if you want the answer, you want the answer. I'm gonna give it to you both ways. So women call other women bitches, and why they call themselves a bad bitch, totally different reasons. To each his own. You could call yourself a bad bitch or a bad queen if you want because of your reasons. Everybody has personal reasons. Some people, when they feel accomplished, when they feel confident, sexy. Some people is, who's to say it's not okay to call, or for a woman to call herself a bad bitch? If you're a bad bitch, you're a bad bitch. Like, so what? Okay, you're a successful, dominant, well put together queen. Okay, I would never call myself that. And when I used, like, when I was younger, I thought that was cute. I thought that was okay. So when I looked at the term of, like, when I look at the term of it, like the definition, I was like, okay, well, some women are very sensitive about it because they was like, yo, you should never call yourself a bitch, because the only definition I'm thinking in my mind is you calling yourself a female dog. But the definition in your mind is being a successful woman. And 99.9% of women out here is going to feel like that because they are successful. They do everything on their own, and they independent. So who are we to get upset about women calling themselves bad bitches, and then other women calling themselves bad bitches because of the way they look? Like, you work your ass off getting the body that you always wanted, growing your hair, wearing your hair a certain way, wearing makeup, wearing the flyest clothes out here. Whatever the case is, you are entitled to call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. If that makes you feel good, that's on you. To each his own. We cannot get upset with each other because somebody want to call themselves a bad bitch. It don't have to mean anything to you. It don't have to mean anything good to you, but it's going to be good to somebody else. It means something good to somebody else. You can't get upset with that. So your question is why we can't call y'all women bitches, but it's okay for women to call the women bitches. And when I explained to this idiot why, he seemed to not understand the shit, or he doesn't want to accept that answer. And I clearly see that it really does get to him, even though he tried to play it off like he don't care. Let's face the facts. Some men y'all men really do care whether or not women call themselves bitches, because y'all hate to see a woman really think of herself and hear herself saying that she's a bitch. And some women are confidently about saying this about themselves, because some women out here, they like to argue, they like to fight. So if you calling yourself a bitch, it's because you think, oh, you all about that bark and that bite. There's different definitions out here. This is why I was like, yo, to each his own. Everybody call themselves a reason, call themselves a bitch a reason. And I hear it every single day, so it's not a shock to me. And only reason why I would call myself a bitch, and it's if I'm being put in a situation that I don't want to be in, and if I gotta prove myself to be somebody you don't want to fuck with, yeah, you're gonna get that type of bitch out of me, and I wear it as a badge, because it's times where I'm always being slept on or being disrespected, and people always underestimate me and my strength and my power. So instead of me talking about it, I just be about it. And it makes them realize, yo, she is no one to fuck with. Then you got other women out here who dealt with a lot of hardships in their lives. So when something good finally happens to them and they accomplish it because of their hard work and nobody else put it in but them, they be like, yo, this woman right here, oh, she's a baddie, she's a bad bitch. And you get so sensitive to it because you be like, oh, ouch, like she calls herself a bad bitch. Yeah, she is, because guess what, after everything she done been through in her fucking life, why not? She accomplished something, and on her own, by the way. So why not? Who are you to get upset about that? Just like a man, y'all men could call yourselves whatever y'all want. We're not gonna argue about it. We're not gonna have a problem about it, because that's what you want to call yourselves. That's on you. Who are we to get upset and complain about it because you call yourself a certain name? We don't know what name y'all men call yourselves, but it's on y'all. That's what y'all want. That's, hey, it's whatever. Whatever you do with yourself, I support you in it. You want to call yourself Krusty the Clown or whatever, Mr. T, whatever. You could call yourself whatever. A badass nigga, badass motherfucker, whatever. Call yourself whatever you want. But I would never argue with you about it because I don't like it. You don't have to like what women call themselves, but you're not going to sit here and disrespect us about it. You're not going to sit here and complain about it, because at the end of the day, you're not going to stop us from calling us that. And then two, y'all would never understand why women call women bitches, and yet it's not for y'all to understand. First of all, stay on your side of the planet, and we stay on ours. And two, it's not for y'all to figure out nothing, because at the end of the day, us women, we have a girl bond that y'all would never understand. This is called girl talk. We have our girl talk like y'all got y'all guy talk. So whatever y'all call each other, whatever, whether it's brothers, my nigga, whatever, that's on y'all. We're not arguing with nobody over no labels, because it don't matter to us. We don't give a shit. And this guy I was talking to today on the phone kept claiming that he didn't give a shit, but yet you do give a shit, because why are you complaining? Why are you worrying about what we calling each other? I hate when niggas trying to act like some big macho motherfuckers, like you act like you don't have a care in the world, but you're so concerned about what women say to each other, what women do, and why women define themselves a certain name. Stop pretending like you don't give a fuck when you clearly do. And for you to be sitting here trying to talk over me, that explains everything. And this proves my reasons for not talking to men. This proves everything I've been saying about certain men out here. So when I label certain people's a name, or I label certain people's a certain way, it's because of how y'all interact with me, how you talk to me. And then when I give y'all the benefit of the doubt, you prove to me exactly what I've been saying about y'all for years. So if y'all want to get upset about that, go ahead, get upset about it. I don't care. But at the end of the day, you got yourself to blame, because nobody asked you to react the way you want to react. There's a certain way to react. If you was a real respectable grown man, you would not be coming out of your way to disrespect a woman. You would not be calling her names. You would not be talking shit about her or disrespecting her or try to belittle her. Whatever point you want to make to her, you can make it without being a disrespectful asshole. You just sat here and made yourself like a child rather than a grown man. And this proves why you cannot have conversations with grown peoples, because you're not ready for it, because you want to respond in a childish manner. So if you want to ask us about how we treat each other and how we act towards ourselves and how we call us what we call ourselves that, then you talk to us in a respectful way. Other than that, there's nothing else we have to talk about, because one, you're not a woman. Okay, you would never be a woman. So you'll never understand anything that we do, what we go through, or how we talk to each other. Us women, we create friendships and bonds out of love, trust, and respect for one another. And if we feel like we could trust each other this much, we're going to be comfortable to talk to each other how we want to talk to each other. Because guess what? We don't spend a good amount of time having a certain type of relationship and trusting each other. Because trust is not easy out here. And I understand clearly why people can't trust each other. And I would not blame them. So when you do find somebody you have a lot in common with and that you could put your trust in them, you could say whatever the fuck you want to say and do whatever the fuck you want to do with them. Other than that, you can't complain about a damn thing. You can't say shit. You could forever have a problem with it. You don't have to like it, but you could respect it.